Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Alphadia Genesis 2 on xbsx. Imperial Palace, Julius's room. It would seem you are awake, Julius. Where is this? Your room. My room? You must not attempt to stand. Your wounds are much deeper than you think. Leave everything to your father and rest here to recover. While I appreciate your concern, grandfather, my true place is not in this warm bed of down and silk. My true place is on the cold battlefield painted with the blood of my enemies, whether in life or in death. Julius, you are a moron, Julius. Just like my son, your father. Where did I go wrong? Must have been that expensive private school, where they don't teach you morals or good judgment. It's freedom. It's time to end this.
待たせたな、フリートヘルム。お前のせいで殺された黒のエナジの仲間を代表して挨拶に来てやったぜ。
帝国の建国以来300年。これまで大小さまざまな反乱はあったが、この玉座の間にたどり着けた者はおらん。
俺たちが初めてってことか。そいつは光栄だな。城内の兵士はほぼ壊滅状態だ。エルマン将軍も死亡し、ユリウス王子も戦える状態ではない。残っているのはフリートヘルム帝、あなただけだ。
なる。
今すぐ黒のエナジに対しての弾圧をやめると約束してください。そうすれば私たちはすぐにでも停戦に応じます。
剣を取って戦うのか、それとも杯を交わすのか。ゲシュテルン帝国の皇帝はどちらを選ぶのかしら。
愚問だな。呪われし者どもの手酌で酒を飲め。ありえぬ。呪われし者どもの存在が帝国の民にとって害悪であるということが明白なのだ。帝国の平和を乱し民にあだなす者は駆逐する。それがゲシュテルン帝国の皇帝としての義務なのだからな。
交渉の余地はないってことか。
世の大切な兵士や民たちの死はもちろん、呪われし者どもの死も世は決して忘れぬ。この戦いでこれまでの悲しみに幕を引かねばならぬのだ。貴様らの死と引き換えに得るこの世界の平和は、世と世の血を引く者たちによって永遠に守られることを約束しよう。
納得できるか、シフォン。
できるわけありません。
だよな。エリゼ、ポリカ、お前たちはどうだ。こいつと同じ白のエナジの人間として意見を聞きたい。フリートヘルム帝の言葉は強者の言い分でしかない。私はエナジに関係なく全ての人々が犠牲にならずに済む道を、未来を選びたい。
ポルカーさんの言う通りよ。悪いけどあなたの言葉じゃ私の心はときめかないの。
死者の声は聞こえません。でもそれは声を発していないからじゃないんです。いつの時代も敗者の言葉は勝者によって闇に葬られてしまいます。人々を滑る立場の人間であれば 全ての声に耳を傾けることも必要ではないでしょうか。
世に為政者としての道理を説くとは、さすがはイストワール王家の血を引く娘だな。だが天空に太陽は一つで十分だ。地上に住む者たちが混乱せぬためにも、貴様にはここで沈んでもらうぞ。
そうはさせるか。
図に乗るなよ小僧。世に剣を向けて生きながらえた者はおらぬ。貴様とて同じこと。帝国の兵士、民の全てを背負った世のこの剣、貴様のその細腕で受け止められるか。試してくれようぞ。貴様らの覚悟見せてもらおうか。祈るなよ貴様ら。
Oh, he gets 2 turns? Great. Oh, he has reflect too. Does it say reflect anywhere? Oh, that's because he's confused. Waste turns healing your. Oh yeah, oh, I got him being paralyzed and still doing damage. Not what you think it should be. Yeah. Confusion. Confusion always works on you. That's right, she's still confused. I can't do anything with her, she's confused, because it always works on them.
すみません。みんな。こんなところで。
貴様らの覚悟見せても
Okay, so...
貴様ら
行きます。これはどう？
Oh, she doesn't have.
やったのか、俺たちは。父上。
神は世ではなく古き太陽を選ぶというのか。イストワールの血を引くこの娘を。
I mean, most of the time it sides with evil, but, you know, every once in a while, somebody else gets a random luck, huh?
イストワールのこの娘が。
それは違うぞ、フリートヘルム。お主が負けたのは目の前の光だけに目を向けていたからじゃ。
父上。
太陽に照らされて輝く月の存在を忘れていたようじゃな。
太陽、月。
太陽は月を輝かせるために自らの命を燃やし、月は太陽の力を得て夜の闇を照らすという。帝国のお主の敗因の責任はわしにもある。わしがお主の光を避けずに受けてやれば、異なる道を見つけることができたであろうに。
Like, Dad, I'm dying. Could you, use less analogies?
すまぬ、フリートヘルム。わしが愚かであった。
世が負けたのは世の力よりも奴らの力が勝っていただけのこと。父上のせいではない。ディオ、 志保、
あ
お前たちの勝ちだ。この命とともにこの帝国もくれてやる。だがこれ以上の流血は避けたい。それが世の最後の望みだ。
安心してください。戦いはこれでおしまいです。これからは黒のエナジー、白のエナジーが協力してこの世界を守っていきます。
国を支えるというのは簡単ではない。お前たちの力をあの世で見させてもらおう。
父上、父上。
Julius, do you despise me? I loathe you. You killed my father. That's right. You killed those close to both Chiffon and I, too. But even so, I wish to put an end to this cycle of hatred once and for all. Dion. We didn't come here because we wanted this empire. All we wanted was to live in peace. But up until now, you never allowed us to do that. That's why we fought back. Had we not done so, we would have been killed by you. However, if this war continues, you will be the one to die. In either case, the result would be tragic. That's why we want this to end, this war. As my father said as he gave up the ghost, he desired to prevent the shedding of any more blood. And though I believe it will be a great while before I can truly forgive you, regarding an almost dance, I have no disagreements. Thanks, Julius, and I'm sorry. At last, a bright future stands before us. Unfortunately, that is not the case. A great path of thorns, shrouded in darkness, remains to be trodden. What do you mean, grandfather? Why do you always talk in riddles? Just spit it out, you old coot! The crisis that afflicts this world hasn't passed. Isn't that right, Emperor Theodore? It would appear you were the sole person who understood my research regarding the true power of black energy and Ina possesses. Are Ina's true powers? What's he talking about, Elise? The true threat of black energy is not people turning into monsters. The black energy is, in very fact, absorbing all the white energy out of Celestia. While we may not notice it, it is slowly but surely progressing unabated. What? This is terrible. If left to run its course, the entirety of Celestia will run dry of its white energy, and all life as we know it on this planet will die. Then what you're saying is, as long as we're alive, the world is destined to be destroyed? Of course, there must be a way to avert this crisis, and why our research of black energy must resume as soon as possible. Grumble. Is that another earthquake? Then does it mean the white energy of this world has been absorbed to such a degree? The black energy within Ina had continued to weaken over these many years. However, after coming into contact with Dion, she began to regain her original powers. Perhaps it was her desire to protect you that caused her energy to increase. That is why you cannot be allowed to see her. Ina. In any case, our first priority is to end this conflict. Indeed. Concerning Ina's energy, we can consider it after an armistice is in place. There is still time. Dion, once an armistice has been established, I will have need to fight you once more. For what? I desire to take Chiffon, the heir of the family of Histoire, as my wife. If the Empress of the Empire is an Atramium and a former leader of the rebellion, those confused by the change will be unable but to agree to the armistice. No, I refuse to marry for such a reason. Marriage, in the first place, begins with a love for one another, and then blossoms into something wonderful. Ho, ho, ho. It would appear you were brushed off, Julius. Yes, grandfather. It would appear I should have taken some lessons from General Herman on how to handle those of the female gender. Not to worry, Prince Julius. Dion is just as terrible at wooing the ladies as yourself. You know, it would have been nice if you left me out of this, Delise. Do not feel so bad now after hearing this. I may have lost to you with a sword. I am still determined to beat you at some...
ユリウス、この男が僕たちの村をみんなの敵だ。貴様も帝国軍だな。
待ってくれ、シャンベル町長。
そうか、これがこの世界の定め。
なんてことだ。
ディオン殿。
どうしたんだディオン。帝国は倒れたんだ。我々の勝利だぞ。そうだよディオン、ホルス村のみんなの敵を取ったんだよ。
ディオン。
Oh, you, Ina. Why are you so goddamn annoying? Across 2 games, you're this annoying?
エナ。
ディオン、私を迎えに来てくれた。約束守ってくれた。私嬉しい。私はこの城の地下にいる。早く会いに来て、ディオン。
Yeah, I'm actually not into little kids. It is the year 1271 of the Celestian calendar. The Gestalt Empire that had stood for 300 years was finally toppled by a rebellion of accursed fighters. Dion Folus, as leader of the rebellion, rebuilt the Istwal kingdom, and was soon thereafter named ruler. Those accursed who had been oppressed by the Empire for many years were finally rewarded with peace. And by also protecting the livelihoods of the Lysarians, as had hitherto been done. Dion was named the merciful king of Istwal and received wide support from all those in his kingdom. However, a part of those soldiers and citizens who had sworn allegiance to the Empire raised the flag of rebellion against the kingdom and began to war.
フォルカー将軍のご命令通り、反乱軍に投降を進めてみましたが、拒否されました。
だろうな。
Dion, this cannot be the future we once pursued together. Why has it come to this?
これもダメね。この世界が崩壊するまであと1年。せめてテオドール教皇が生きていればなんとかなったかもしれないのに。
I don't know. It didn't seem like he was doing much, if I'm going to be quite frank. It seemed like he was just faffing around.
弱気になっちゃダメよ、エリーゼ。最後まで諦めないわ。絶対に。
If anything, Elise was like a lot more effective. She'd probably get it done faster than old Teddy, huh?
もう後悔はしたくないから。
Rumble.
また大地が震えています。だんだん大きくなってきているようですね。ディオンさんは止めたけど、やっぱり私は行ってきます。話せばきっと分かってくれるはず。
待て小娘、ここはゲシュテルン帝国最高軍の本陣だ。何用があってここに参ったのだ。
私は
どうしてディオン、なぜ会いに来てくれないの。一人はいや、ディオン。
Old Imperial Palace throne room.
俺はどうすればいいんだ。親父、ユリウス、頼む。誰か教えてくれ。
All right, so that's the that's the regular ending, which of course, since this is a EXE Create game, you have to play through the game twice, or in some fashion, to get the true ending. So yeah, yeah, kind of a bummer regular ending, huh? But don't worry, again, this is actually not the ending. There's much more to come, and I don't know if this is one of the earlier games that actually made you play through the entire game. All the way through, or if this was one of the later works where they just provided like a quick wrap up and then you just started exactly where you left off. So I guess we'll find out after all this is said and done. But yeah, it's definitely a different sort of feel than the original Alphadia Genesis. You know, there's a lot more doom and gloom in this one. But again, that's really just the kind of setup that you know, sometimes they'll go with in their storytelling, which again, I find that to be kind of refreshing. That maybe things don't really work out that well. Usually, when they have a normal end, you know, they feel like a typical, you know, happy-go-lucky Western ending with just like a hint of something else to come. But here, they just really just made it a bummer last ending, which I think will drive you to get to the true end. So, yeah, again, I really love EXE Create. I think they're really great developers. You know, obviously they're not very skilled in their engines. In fact, they're probably some of the poorest engine creators out there. But the art's really good. The music's really good. The script writing's good. And you know, I think we have to give some credit where credit is due for the translation. You know, a couple of hitches here and there with some weird sounding sentences that I find just a little bit difficult to read. But in general, you know, pretty well written, and I think you know, consumable for most people without being too simple. You know, I think that's real danger with having an RPG that's, you know, some you know, geared towards a younger audience. It's that maybe sometimes the language is too simple, and they, you know, they assume that they need to be at the 6th grade level when, you know, they can go up to the, you know, 16th, or they can go up to like the 11th grade level and still be safe for their audiences, you know, because, you know, those at the 6th grade level will hunger for new words and knowledge, and those at the, you know, 11th grade or 12th grade level will appreciate, you know, the you know, more complex prose, and they'll understand it a little bit clearer. So yeah, I think there's no real benefit unless you're going for, you know, something that's, you know, below 6th grade, to doing dialogue that's too simple. I don't really think it benefits anyone, and really it just makes the work seem too pedestrian if you do it that way. Yeah, we'll speed through this a little bit. I really hope EXE Creates is successful on this platform. I mean, they're successful on mobile platforms, so it's not like they have anything to worry about. Let's see, saving clear data will cause a diamond mark to appear next to the saved data. Loading this saved data will allow for a new ending. Okay, good. So this is the this is one of their newer works. I can't remember the game we played last time. You had to play through the entire game over again, and you'd get, you know, some cutscenes in the middle, but that's not as pleasant as this, where we can just start from a new save and get a new ending, or at least the beginnings of a new ending. We still got a little time, so let's dive in. True route added. Following the true route will allow the story to proceed to an alternative ending. Moreover, after the battle arena in Poison has been cleared, speaking to Patty will grant access to an even more challenging course at the battle arena. Choosing not to follow the true route will simply restart the party back at 105, the throne room. Let's follow the true route, shall we? Imperial House throne room. You are asking me to forgive these accursed, or you are asking me to give these accursed the throne? I cannot think those the words of the former ruler of this empire. What you should not be doing is defending your pride as emperor. You should be protecting this country. No, you should rather be protecting this world of Celestia in which we live. Or am I mistaken, Friedhelm? With all due respect, wherever you stand, father, is equal to the throne. Dion and those with him will be here soon. I ask you take grandfather's advice and... You must be strong, Julius. I am fine, grandfather. Friedhelm, you must not let Dion and Ina come into contact with one another. I don't know why Emperor thinks that. They're fine when they get in contact with each other, but whatever, let's just keep going. I ask you reconsider your actions in the best interest of the Empire. Is this the throne room? Dion, isn't that... Huh? Does the Emperor intend to abandon the palace and flee? We have to hurry after him, Dion. Right, let's go. Yeah, this is definitely the format I like better than having to start the whole game over and then just piecemealing new pieces of the story into you. I forget when they turned it over. I forget when they decided to do it this way, by giving you a normal end and then just allowing you to, build off a save and get to the true end. It was a couple games in. It definitely wasn't, they definitely didn't start off this way. Theodore. You must escape with us, Ida. Why? Dion will come for me. I will explain later. Now follow us. No, I must stay until Dion comes for me. Rumble. The ground is shaking. Friedhelm. Time is of the essence, is it not, father? Besides, this one is immortal. While that is true... Let us go, Julius. Yes, father. I know, they don't even know for sure if getting them together is going to destroy the world. They're just like, I don't know. Where's this? It's most likely Emperor Theodore's study. There are countless books on black energy. Then, are you saying we'll find Ina here? No, it appears she has already been taken somewhere else. Taken? But where? For what? That I cannot say. However, what I am sure of is they do not want us to come into contact with Ina. Even to the point of abandoning the throne. Speaking of, that is odd, isn't it? Julius, let alone the Emperor, ditching the palace like this? It seems to me they must be hiding a big secret. Anyhow, we should hurry after them, Dion. Right, let's go. What's the matter, Elise? Huh? Oh, it's nothing to be concerned about. Let's just go. I don't know, Elise, you can just open your mouth. Yeah, weirdo. the killer. It's so annoying. I mean, that's flashing, isn't it? Oh, I guess it's the arrow showing you where to go. Imperial City. Are we really back in the Imperial City? Then could it mean Emperor Friedhelm and those with him fled this way? Dion, we received word a handful of the enemy fled the capital and killed those tasked with protecting the main gate. They fled the city? Don't tell me it was... Well, it may be hard to believe. It was said to be Emperor Friedhelm himself. Yet it's almost impossible to think he would abandon his own palace and last line of defense. This isn't looking good. If he's taken flight, it'll be that much more difficult to track him down. What is it, Dion? Did you feel that, Chiffon? I think it was an inappropriate boner. Oh man, of all the times. Feel what exactly? Ina, I just felt as if she called out to me. She called out to you? I wonder if it could be her energy. No, it wasn't like that. It was more like a scream or her voice crying out to me for help. Then it must mean your energy is resonating with hers, because as it stands, you are the closest person to her in this world. The blood of Fullus. Ina, I want you to leave this place to us and pursue Friedhelm. He must be stopped. Once the dust has settled here, we will follow you. All right, the four of us will take the lead. I'm with you, Dion. And somebody needs something in the middle of the climax of the game. Okay, what do you want, girl? What the? This light is... Yes, the Tetrarchs have summoned you. Now please honor their request. Who are these Tetrarchs you speak of? I apologize. I should have introduced myself first. I am Anne Cezanne, the last of the bloodline of he who made a pact with the great dragon Tetrarchs. Cezanne? I'm certain I've heard that name before. Myself included. If I remember correctly, it was the legendary warrior of the House of Cezanne who quelled the fury of the four dragons rampaging across the globe. Although it's said by many to be just a fairy tale. Oh, I see, they're mixing all the worlds together. Okay. Yes, there are only a handful of people who even still believe in the story today, but it is all true. It was several hundred years prior when the four great dragons known as the Tetrarchs vied for power with one another across the world of Silesia. It was at this time my ancestor Eric Cezanne appeared and said this. O great ones, why is it you fight amongst yourselves for that which would bring your own destruction? Have you no fruitful use for such power? If not, then lend me a portion of yours for a season. For with the power of one, this world cannot but remain in darkness, but with the power of many, the light of the future will break forth as the dawn. Upon saying this, Eric drew his sword to prove to the Tetrarchs his own strength. At the end of a fierce battle, he was recognized by all and given a portion of their power, with which he was able to build a bridge for future generations. What you just said matches up with the text I came across in an old historical account some years back, and also the game The Legend of the Tetrarchs, if you haven't played that. Yes, but it has long been thought of to be a fairy tale. Even now, that has not changed, but what is not known to many is there was another chapter to the story. You see, at the conclusion of their battle, and before settling into a deep slumber, the Tetrarchs gave Eric a single ring with this prophecy. When a great war threatens to destroy your world, we shall call out to you through your prosperity. And if there be those among you who require our strength, let them come to us. Let them prove if they are worthy of those powers which they seek, For when they become as one, a new future shall be open to them. It has now been centuries since Eric was promised that, but it was not until now that this ring began to react. You can see for yourself how it glows. This all began about the time we Atramians began to gather in Poison. That was when Dion was chosen leader.
Then does it mean these Tetrarchs somehow felt a shift of power in the world?
Honestly, this is the first time I have ever seen this ring light up, but I did have a feeling that was the case. However, as you can see, I am a woman of many years and with no way to prove my strength to the Tetrarchs with this frail body. Having also lost my husband and sons to the Empire in the war, I stood here brooding until you showed up. That was when this ring suddenly glowed its brightest. I have no doubt in my mind now it is you the Tetrarchs are waiting for. Therefore, please allow me to give you this.
See the Ring of Saison. So you're telling us we should go visit these dragons?
I will not force you to do anything against your will. However, it is clear to me the Tetrarchs seek to speak with you, and in order to claim the future you desire, I am certain their strength will be necessary. Therefore, I can only suggest you go see them. Osprey Volcano, Mole Woods, Heilung Laboratory, and Golat Stronghold. This is where you'll find them on your map.
I got it. I guess we'll need this ring too. Anyway, we'll go see them when we feel we could use their strength.
Thank you, and please save our world.
Is it something that I actually equip, or... No, of course not. It's not actually an equipable item. Okay, well, you know. Thought I would check. Alright, who else has something useless for me to do? Some stupid fetch quest. I'm sure there's gotta be something. Have any new weapons? Wahahaha! All my weapons here are handcrafted and at unbeatable prices. Nope. SOS. Osprey Volcano, Mall Woods. Wow, our Emperor Friedhelm and Ina. West. She had to have been taken west. There's a place in that direction flowing with white energy.
It must be Strahl Mausoleum.
Speaking of, that is the place where all the emperors of past generations are buried.
Then we have to hurry.
Hold on, Ina. We're coming for you. Let's see, we can teleport to... Oh, they're only to towns. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, so... we've got Halong. So let's go to Osprey Volcano first. Seems like that's close by. But with that being the case, why don't we stop it there? This is audap. You've been watching Alphadia Genesis 2 on Nintendo Switch, or not Nintendo Switch, although it does exist on Nintendo Switch, but we're playing the xbsx version. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.